Good morning. Happy Saturday. I just felt so compelled and kind of moved in just remembering my mom today, this morning. And I had a flashing thought of hearing her voice saying, "Cookie." And I just remembered how, you know, I lived with my mom, and my mom lived with me for 7 years, the last 7 years of her life. And that was the only 7 years that we had actually lived together. And I tell you, without any exaggeration, to the honor of my beloved mother, like in spite of everything that her history had offered, and her traumas and all of that stuff, like 7 years, my mother was so pleasant. Oh my goodness. Like, she was always on her best behavior when she was with me. So that's number one. But in that, she became her best self. Oh my gosh. Like, that was beautiful. My mother, I have the pictures of the 7 year transformation for my mother. You know, sometimes, chosen ones, we think it's all about us. And it is in some perspective, from one hand. But then on the other hand, everything is, a pendulum. There's an up and down. We're on a spectrum. It's north and south, east and west. And sometimes it's all about us, but sometimes it's not all about us. It's about the collective us, and the immediate us. And my mother, just as I thought I was the only one transitioning and I was the only one that was chosen, I watched my mom for 7 years go from her worst to her absolute best. What? Like, she was so pleasant. My mom was no one to be played with in her day. For 7 years, my mom always smiled. Good morning. When she got past the the onset of letting go of her past, and knowing that she was in a safe place, and we were doing our processing, and it was a lot of work, but she remained pleasant, smiling, always laughing, always offering you know some level of encouragement. She wasn't one who was a gossip, not with me. I know she was though, but not with me. And in the house with the children and the grandchildren, she was the best, her absolute best. So I was just remembering my mom, and missing that pleasantness. Yeah. But I say this, there was a day that I thought I would never know that person. I thought that I would never get to know my mom and her beautiful self, minus the trauma, the drama, right? But 7 years, and in those latter days, she was spectacular. She was a beautiful woman. And she still had her scars and bruises, and her traumas, and by God's grace and mercy, by the divine light and love, and the path was already written to be so. She was free. She was healed, and she was free, and she blessed me like never before. And so I just remember her this morning. Uretha Connolly, Cookie, my mama. Thank you for listening. Blessed be. Have a great day.